Hi guys, it's Mika Martinez, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 9 common technical SEO issues on Shopify and how to fix them. If you don't know who I am a Shopify SEO expert. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now. I worked on over 200 plus SEO projects, and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual revenue. All right, so let's get to the video. So before I talk about the 9 common technical SEO issues on Shopify and how to fix them, let's first briefly discuss why technical SEO is important in the first place, right? So what is technical SEO? Technical SEO involves optimizing your website's technical elements to improve how search engines like Google crawl, understand, and index your site. The idea is that if you can help streamline these processes, if you can make it easier for search engines to do these processes, the better your chances of ranking high. Technical SEO is important because, if your website or Shopify store is not optimized for technical SEO, or if it's built on a terrible technical SEO foundation, then it doesn't matter how much you invest in content or backlinks. It doesn't matter how good your content is. It doesn't matter how much quality backlinks you have, or if you have a very good backlink profile. It's going to be very difficult to rank just because, well, the search engines can't find that good content, right? Or you make it difficult for the search engines to, crawl your site and find that content, use the link juice effectively, etc., right? So technical SEO is the foundation of any SEO campaign, and technical SEO is actually the easiest part of the process, right? It's really just a checklist of things that you should and shouldn't do, and then you can just knock them off one by one. So there's no reason not to optimize your site for technical SEO, right? Okay, so let's get to the common technical SEO issues on Shopify. So number 1, Shopify product page URLs. So Shopify's default product page URL structure is not SEO friendly. Typically, a product page URL looks like this: /products, then the name of the product. However, when you access a product from a collection page, the URL actually changes to this and gets nested in whatever collection you came from. So collections, name of collection or category, products, name of product. So I'm going to show you a real world example of this. So for example, on Righteous Felon, if I access the fiery habanero beef stick product from the sticks collection, this is the URL we end up with, right? And if I access it from the healthy beef jerky collection, this is the URL we end up with. But it's effectively the same product, right? It's the same product, it's the same product page. Even if you look at the source code, you can find a canonical going to the actual product page URL, which is the same one we talked about in the beginning, right? The one that's not nested in the collection page, right? And this is the product page URL that you actually want to use. So, when it's nested in the collections like this, it's actually problematic because it can lead to confusion for the search engines, and it can lead to the search engines indexing or potentially indexing the same product page under different URLs. So you'll have a lot of duplicate content, which is one of the biggest issues when it comes to technical SEO, right? And yeah, you just waste your crawl budget also, etc., etc. Your internal links are, different even if it's the same page. So yeah, it's not a good setup. So what you want to do is you actually fix these product page URLs so that instead of, using this URL structure, it's just using the actual URL structure with no canonical, right? The main product URL, the original product page URL. And to do that, you just need to edit the liquid code on the back end. You want to go to online store, themes, customize, edit code, snippets, and basically you want to remove every part that says within collection and remove it. Like for example here, it says product URL within collection. That's the part of the code that nests the product page URLs within the collections. So you want to remove every instance of that. Different themes will have different setups. So what I recommend you do actually is use a software called Visual Studio Code. You can download your theme and basically search through the whole theme for the within collection and basically remove all instances of that. And when you remove all instances of that, your product page URLs, your product pages will no longer be nested in the collection pages. So it'll just use the main product page URL. Some new themes actually just do this automatically because they realize it's not ideal to have your product page URLs set up like this. So yeah, that's number 1. Number two, breadcrumb. First, what are breadcrumbs? Breadcrumbs are those things at the top left of your site. So here they don't even have breadcrumbs. But on Best Buy, this is an example of a breadcrumb. So they're helpful for navigation. It helps you navigate from, the higher level product categories, etc. And, by default on Shopify, they create these breadcrumbs based on the URL you came from, right? So for example, since we came from the healthy beef jerky page, the breadcrumb for this page would have been home, healthy beef jerky, and then, fiery habanero beef stick, right? And it would be different on this page, right? Because we came from a different collection page. And again, that's not ideal for SEO. And if we do the fix that we suggested here, it actually completely breaks the way Shopify's breadcrumbs work. So what we suggest you do is actually set up these breadcrumbs manually using a meta field. So this is what we do. So I'm going to show you an example of doing that live on this sample store. So we would create a meta field, right? Go, and then this is not it. We would create a meta field for, let's say, a product, and then we can call that breadcrumb, right? And then I usually use global breadcrumb, and then the type would be collection, okay? And then you can pick, this will show up in your product pages, and then now you can manually select which collection you want specific products to be part of, just for the breadcrumb, right? So if you chose sticks for this one, no matter where you came from, even if you came from like the healthy beef jerky collection page, the breadcrumb will be the one you selected. It's just much easier to do it that way, all right? Yeah, and this is basically what you do. You can add this piece of code. After creating the meta field, you can add this piece of code to where the breadcrumb used to be, and then it will use the new breadcrumb setup, okay? And if this is a little tricky, if you're not a developer, if you find this confusing, you can always ask ChatGPT for assistance. ChatGPT can help you get sorted out. Like even like minor things like, oh, where do I put this piece of code, etc. ChatGPT is very helpful with that. Next, indexed product and blog tags. So the problem with product and blog tags is that on Shopify, whenever you use a tag, Shopify actually creates a new page for each tag, right? And this is tricky, right? And a good way to check for this is to just simply type your site, and then tagged. And you can see how many tag pages you have on your site. So again, Righteous Felon did not remove these tag pages from the index. So it has a ton of duplicate pages depending on how many tags they use, right? So they use the tag beer, they use the tag keto, they use the tag contraband, biltong. So you can see that these are all pretty much duplicate pages. These are not ranking for anything. These are not targeting any specific keyword. So what this does is actually it wastes your site's crawl budget. So the search engine is crawling these pages, even if they're just duplicate pages, they're low value pages, they won't rank for anything. So you're wasting your crawl budget, you're wasting the search engine's resources. And yeah, this is harmful for SEO. So what you want to do is actually no index these pages. It's very easy to do that. To do that, you just need to paste this piece of code in your theme.liquid file, right? What this piece of code does is it adds these directions to the search engine to no index, but follow these pages. So it basically removes these pages from the index, right? So you just need to copy and paste this into your theme.liquid file. If you're wondering where to paste it specifically, you can ask ChatGPT, it'll help you. Again, it's very easy, right? You just need to copy and paste this piece of code. Next, auto-generated collection pages. So Shop generates like these pages, like vendor pages, product type pages, and other default pages. And again, this is the same issue as the last one. It creates a lot of duplicate pages, right? These are pages that won't rank for anything. There's no target keyword. They're just unnecessary, low value, thin content pages, and you want to remove them from the index as well. And just like the last one, the solution is to simply just copy these pieces of code and add them to your theme.liquid file, right? Very easy. And then, yeah, there's also other default pages, which again, you just want to copy this piece of code, change the website here to your website, and yeah, it'll remove those unnecessary duplicate pages from the index, okay? Next, robots.txt. So this is related to the last part. When you create a custom robots.txt, it actually gives you more control over how search engines crawl your site. A good robots.txt can block the crawling of the auto-generated low-value, thin duplicate pages that we mentioned in the last two issues, right? And it's very easy to create a custom robots.txt. You just I'll show you on my store here. Discard that, we don't need that. So here, you can create a robots.txt here. Go to online store themes. You can go to edit code, and then you can create a new template. You see, add a new template, and you can actually see it as an option here, robots.txt. Now you have a default robots.txt. What I recommend you do though is to use our custom robots.txt, right? It blocks or disallows the crawling of all those unnecessary duplicate pages. One thing to be careful of though is you need to fix the Shopify product page URLs first, according to what we, mentioned here, this one, right? Make sure they're not nested in the collection pages anymore, because if they are still nested in those collection pages, this custom robots.txt will block the crawling of those as well. So yeah, so be very careful. Make sure you fix those product page URLs first before using our custom robots.txt, or else you'll end up blocking the crawling of all your product pages. Okay. And again, what this custom robots.txt does is it blocks all of these, right? The list of all products with pagination. It blocks the auto-created collections for each vendor. It blocks the collections for each product type. It blocks all the product tag pages, and it blocks all the blog tag pages, as we mentioned in the previous section, right? Again, this is going to be very helpful when it comes to technical SEO. Next, simplifying product variants. So when you have a lot of products on your Shopify store, you need to make sure you're managing your product variants to avoid creating duplicate pages. Duplicate pages, again, are the number one issue with these Shopify stores, especially if you have a lot of products. And here's an example of how that can be an issue. For example, you have a product called Cotton Sock Green, and then you have a product called Cotton Sock Black. These products are essentially the same product, and I'm not sure, but you may find that these different colors don't have significant search volume, right? What does probably have significant search volume is the term cotton sock. And if you have two different pages that rank for or target cotton sock, it actually confuses the search engine, because again, these are duplicate pages. If you have two answers to the same query, the search engine can get confused and will get confused as to which one to rank. So what you can do is, well, you can do two things. Number one, you can merge the variants into a single product. So instead of two product pages, you have one single product with different variants, and those variants will be the color. And at least in the end, you have one page, one answer to the query, right? And it's all in that one page. That simplifies things. And number two, if you really want to use two separate pages, like one page for Cotton Sock Black and one page for Cotton Sock Green, what you can do is you can choose which one actually has more search volume, or just choose the main one that you want to show up on the search engine. And you can add a canonical tag from all the other colors to the main one that you actually want to rank, right? And those are the two solutions you can do to basically, solve this product variant issue. Okay. Next, 301 redirect deleted products. So you want to make sure that if you're deleting a product on your store, that it doesn't end up in a page not found or a 404 error. That's actually not good for SEO, because again, you're wasting the search engine's resources. And yeah, it doesn't just help with SEO, but it actually helps improve user experience as well. You don't want a customer or potential customer landing on a page not found or a 404 error, right? So what you want to do is you want to set up the 301 redirects on Shopify. It's very simple. Again, let's show you on the live store. Navigation, and then you'll find redirects here, and then you can add those redirects here. And basically the idea is that you just want to create a redirect and redirect that product that you just deleted to a related product, a related collection, or any related page on your store, so that whenever that URL is visited, instead of landing on a 404 page or a page not found, they end up on a related page, whatever that page may be. Okay. Next, removing pages from Shopify sitemaps. So on other CMSs like WordPress, whenever you canonical a page or no index a page, or set a page to no index, it actually automatically excludes it from the sitemap. On Shopify, however, you have to do it manually. And it's actually not that difficult. You just have to use these URLs. So for example, if you wanted to remove a product from the sitemap because it's a duplicate product, it's a color, it's a duplicate page basically, you just have to go to this URL. I'm going to show you an example right on this page. So you go to this URL, you want to change it to your store, right? Like your actual store's URL, and you end up here in a page like this. And all you need to do to remove it from the sitemap is actually go to hidden, this column, and set it as true and then save, and it'll remove it from the sitemap. It doesn't happen immediately though. So yeah, you just have to be patient. It'll eventually remove it from the sitemap, right? Okay. And yeah, the thing to note is that ticking SEO hidden sets the page to no index, no follow, which isn't ideal for some pages, right? Like if you just want to canonicalize it, you actually want to set it to no index, but still follow. So to bypass this issue, you have to edit your theme liquid file and add this piece of code to your theme.liquid file. Okay. Yeah. So you want to add this piece of code. Again, if you want access to this document, they're available. This document is available in our Shopify SEO mastermind. It's our Shopify SEO community. Just join this. You'll find this document available there. Not just this document, but you'll find a bunch of related to the whole Shopify SEO process, right? Not just technical SEO, but also like content, like how to optimize your shopping pages, how to optimize blog content, how to build backlinks, etc., right? But you'll find this document there. And the last SEO issue is structured data. So the thing about structured data is, well, what is structured data? So structured data is basically what allows you to, improve your listing on the search engine results page. It's what allows you to show the star ratings. It shows the, how many ratings, the price, etc., the return policy. That's how, these things are, that's where this information is being pulled from. So you want to make sure that you're using product structured data, article structured data, and bread list structured data. Most Shopify SEO themes already have this built in. So you just want to make sure to double check that it's working properly, right? So an easy way to double check is just go to your product page, right click, view page source, and then look for that schema, right? And you can usually find it. Yeah, so here, this is the product schema. This is how it looks like. And if it's working, you'll find it. And if it's not, if you can't find it, then yeah, your schema is not working and you have to add structured data or schema to these pages, right? So I highly recommend making sure that you have product structured data, article structured data, and breadcrumb list structured data. And that's it. Those are the 9 common technical SEO issues on Shopify, right? I hope this was helpful. If you want to learn more about this, if you want access to this document, again, it's available in our Shopify SEO mastermind on School. There should be a link in the description below. And on top of this document, you'll find other trainings about, again, everything related to Shopify SEO, topical map, keyword research, how to optimize navigation site structure for SEO, how to optimize shopping pages, how to optimize your blog content for SEO, and then how to build backlinks, right? So yeah, I recommend you check it out. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Cheers.